I was scrolling the Twitter and I came across this post on the Homeland Security Twitter page talking about God bless America. This is a Christian nation. And I am honestly disgusted that these people in government could put this up. This is honestly like these Christian conservatives are always hand wringing about Sharia law and talking about, the Muslims are going to take over and blah, blah, blah. But these people want a theocracy. These people want to continue to lead with their Bibles in a country that is not a Christian country, that is made up of all kinds of religions and people who opt out of religion. But this is where we are right now. And we have so many weak-spined, cowardly people that won't push back against this current crop of people trying to trample over folks' rights. This current crop of Christian nationalists in charge are so cruel. Like, I was born and raised in the church. I'm not a Christian now, but I know good and dang on well that nothing that these people preach, none of their actions in this government, the way they are moving is so cruel that it has nothing to do with the teachings of the biblical Jesus. Republican Jesus, maybe, stripping social safety nets, making sure to fire people, making sure that people are housing insecure, making sure that people don't have insurance, making sure that people are so broke and just desperate for what? And still think that they can claim that they are like biblical or some kind of pure or something holy or something. The fact that they can't stand other people depending on the documentation of them. They don't give a damn about their neighbors. They don't care about anybody else, especially if they don't believe the same things, if they don't speak the same things. It has nothing to do with Christianity that I was born and raised in. I left the church, so much hypocrisy, and we see so much hypocrisy in the cruelty between the government that we are seeing unfold and these people claiming to be Christian. I am honestly disgusted at what I'm seeing. And for the people who claim to be Christian conservatives or constitutional conservatives and Republicans or whatnot, if y'all are comfortable with the Constitution and the First Amendment being trampled over, because this is the government that we have in now, understand that when the pendulum swings back, your rights can be trampled next. There are no okay, anyway, let's look at this graphic right here with Republican Jesus wearing a MAGA hat. This is the most appropriate type of Jesus, because feeding the poor, healing the sick and all that, they don't do that. They don't care about poor folks. They want poor folks to expire. They don't care about feeding people. They want to make sure that kids don't eat. But Republican Jesus, this is more in alignment with MAGA. It says, "Then Jesus said unto the sick, you better have insurance. Then Jesus said unto the stranger, are you here legally? Then Jesus said unto the hungry, my taxes better not be paying for those loaves and fishes. Then Jesus said unto the poor, this is your own fault." This is in alignment with this MAGA administration talking about this is a Christian nation. All right, let's read some of this First Amendment. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The first two provisions of the First Amendment, known as the religious clauses, state that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The establishment and free exercise clauses were ratified as part of the Bill of Rights in 1791 and applied to the state by incorporation through the 14th Amendment. Together with the constitutional provision prohibiting religious tests as a qualification for office, these clauses promote individual freedom of religion and separation of church and state. But we have some cowardly people in Congress, these MAGA Republicans that won't push back, that don't give a good goddamn, that the MAGA Republicans are, the Trump administration are just pushing through and don't care about the Constitution. This should make some people upset, but there are so many people that are just capitulating to the Trump administration, and I am honestly disgusted. So we have this picture. Take a screenshot if you want to. It says freedom of religion according to Christianity, where these people just push their beliefs down your throat. They don't just live their beliefs. They don't just use their Bible as a way to order their own steps. They think that they're supposed to use their Bible to order your steps. That's where we are with these people. They are no different than the Taliban. This is no different than Sharia law. They want a theocracy in this country. Now let's move on to this. It says Trump has rolled out many of the Project 2025 policies he once claimed ignorance about. So we all know that Project 2025 was pushed forward by the Heritage Foundation, these Christian conservatives that are really trying to push a theocracy and meld together Christianity in the government. President Trump once insisted he had nothing to do with Project 2025, the right-wing policy plan that became a key flashpoint during the presidential campaigns. The Democrats tried to turn the 900-page Heritage Foundation-led blueprint to remake the government into a political boogeyman, and succeeded to some degree, but it wasn't enough to win the election. A year later, many of the policies have been implemented, from cracking down on immigration to dismantling the Department of Education. So if you people voted for this and you're impacted by the dismantling of the Department of Education, this is what you chose. A lot of the policies from day one to the last day and in between that the administration has adopted are right out of Project 2025, said Ron Bonta, the Attorney General of California, who has used Project 2025 to prepare legal papers against the administration. Concerns about the project started to bubble up over the spring of 2024, but really caught fire a few months later when actress Taraji P. Henson singled out Project 2025 while hosting the BET Awards. Pay attention. It's not a secret. Look it up, she said, speaking directly into the camera during the show. They are attacking our most vulnerable citizens. The Project 2025 plan is not a game. Ridiculous. Then candidate Trump tried to dismiss the hysteria, calling the ideas ridiculous and claiming he did not know who was behind it, even though key people involved in developing the plan served in his first administration. And when it was clear the firestorm would not go away, Trump went on the attack against those allies who wrote the playbook. They're a pain in the butt, said Chris LaSavita, a senior advisor to the Trump campaign, who tore into the organizers of Project 2025 and an event hosted by CNN and Politico during the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. Look, I think that in a perfect world, from their perspective, they would love to drive the issue set, but they don't get to do that. Yet, days after winning, Trump tapped Rump Volt, an architect of Project 2025, to lead the Office of Management and Budget, considered the nerve center of the White House. Other contributors followed. Trump soon unleashed a flurry of orders reshaping the government, many of which were outlined in Project 2025. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female, he said during his inaugural address. Trump ended diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. He launched massive immigration enforcement and took the first steps to overhaul the federal workforce. I was combining workplace and workforce together. My bad. Bonta, the Attorney General of California, said Project 2025 defined Trump's first year back in office. The country's 23 Democratic attorneys general studied Project 2025, consulted with each other, and, he said, prepared a response for every potential action should it be taken. The existence of Project 2025 was the Trump administration telling us exactly what they were going to do and sending it to us in writing. Bonta has filed or joined lawsuits that have successfully blocked Trump's policies requiring states like California to join his immigration crackdown, freeze of domestic federal funding, and layoffs at agencies such as the U.S. Department of Education. The White House dismissed concerns about Project 2025, calling them irrelevant theories from Beltway insiders. Trump is implementing the agenda he campaigned on and that the American people voted for, said Abigail Jackson, a White House spokeswoman. But half of the half of the executive orders that he has signed have come out of Project 2025. This is what they have ushered in. This is Christo-fascism.